everybody. This is Kelly Dixon coming at you with episode 408 of the Breaking Bad Insider podcast. I'm here with Vince Gilligan, creator of the show.
Hello.
Here with Dean Norris, plays Hank.
Yo.
And we got a special guest today. We got Stephen Bauer, who plays Don Eladio.
Buenas. Hello.
Thanks for coming in, you guys. Thank you, Stephen.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Well, you know, before we started this podcast, I was talking a little bit to Dean about the different interpretations of your scene with the DEA guys and Detective Tim and Gomez, actually, right. and Giancarlo, bringing Giancarlo in for questioning. You know, I worked with Vince on the editing of this episode, and we had different interpretations also. And so I wanted to hear your story, Dean, about how you guys interpreted that and the difference that you had, because you were saying you had a difference of it.
Right. Was this also the episode where Bryan and I were in the car going to Chicken?
Yes.
That was a big discussion on that day.
Oh, was there?
Yeah.
Oh, was there?
And it's great to listen. It's great. It's one of the most fun things about the show to be on. You know, listen to Bryan Cranston give his take on certain things. You know, and hear it. We had another moment in the car where we had some discussions about. We're talking like, you know, just levels. Like, we're not talking fundamental disagreements. We're talking like freaking how much little spice here, how much little level here to add or to take out, and blah blah blah. It was a great conversation he had in the car when we pulled up to the chicken place, the question was, when I say, "Oh, we're not going here for the chicken," and Bryan was like, you know, where do you know if am I here? Yeah. I can't do it. It's a podcast, but he would put his hand, you know, show a level
3
or my level 10.
Yeah.
You know, and the question is, do I start at level 9 and go to 10, or do I start at level 3 and go to, you know? And it was a great discussion about, you know, and you see how much of this stuff is really put together, right? You know, and you know, he could do anything, and so we would do a couple other ones, you know, and he could just for the heck of it would jam any level you want, you know what I'm saying?
That's the wonderful thing about editing you guys too, is that you guys give us really get different performances and different nuance that's so perfect. That's true. You know, I mean, it's like,
and that's not unintentional. I mean, sometimes we know that we're like, you know, we know that these guys are great in the editing room, so let's give them this and this and this, and let them and trust them to put together,
options,
in a way that.
Because. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. Just that scene you speak of. It's. I can imagine there was quite a bit of discussion because it's tricky because you want the audience to see. We're thinking of this in the editing too. You want the audience to witness to feel Walt's discomfort. Right. That during the headlights thing, and yet if he gives you too much of that, then Hank is kind of dense for not saying, "Hey, buddy, why are you so uncomfortable?"
Right, but we were able to play it because from the beginning of this whole series, I always think he's kind of a dork, and I know he's getting nervous. So we were able to play the Breaking Bad comedy. I think. I don't know if it came
it's a great scene
because he's like he's shitting his pants. I'm thinking he's shitting his pants because he's trying to do. So I'm trying to come on, guys, let's get into this big thing. You know,
you think it's a macho thing, man.
Right? Everyone's playing their own little game there, and I think hopefully it worked.
It works like
both of those things.
So, you know, I wanted to definitely talk about this scene, this last big scene in the show, because it's a huge departure from what we usually do. We're basically giving background information. We didn't even give background information on our main characters.
Yeah, that's kind of true.
We're giving a big background on this one. But
you asked me earlier, we were talking about this, about walking into that scene. Do I know, I've already envisioned, as at Eladio, have I already envisioned what's going to go down, that there will be blood. Yeah. And so I'm looking at this kid, I'm meeting him for the first time, and, you know, and I already have my heart on for Gus. You know,
sure.
But this guy is so hard. I'm looking at him, I'm thinking, as cold as I am, and as much killing as I've done and had done. Yeah. Wow, this is going to be tough. You know, it's going to be tough. It's like I have to look at it like, you know, it's like a dog you got to put down. And that's what it was like. I was watching him do his thing, and the other thing about James is that he's so sincere. And he's so, you know, he's in the moment. It's heartbreaking, and I'm just saying, kid, your life's about to be over. You know, but for nothing.
For nothing. To teach a lesson to the other guy.
Because of him,
make him suffer.
Have to.
And to that end, you guys don't torture. He doesn't even see it coming. It's just over.
Done. That's it. It's clean. Yeah. But it was really, really tough. And James was really. I appreciated the work that he did on the technical, the stuff that he has to, the stuff that he talks about in the scene.
Oh yeah,
it's
in
over
Spanish,
my head.
too.
It's over my real head.
Mine too.
And a lot of you too. A lot of them like, there's a lot of stuff you're talking about. Get to the point.
That's a great scene.
I want to mention too. I mean, you guys did allude to Gus and Max being lovers. In that it's a very, very subtle allusion.
It's open to interpretation. It's whatever the audience wants it to be.
Yeah, because it's there. It's there. I never heard anybody talk about that. But I thought it was kind of there.
It's definitely in the script.
I thought it was
there.
kind of there.
Yeah. And that's okay to infer that.
The only reason that I bring that up is because for me, I mean, you've done something as a production team. Writers, actors, everybody. You've done something for me, especially as an editor, coming at this because you really have created an incredible drama around a guy that I don't want to like. Yeah. And what happens in that scene because everybody is so wonderful, but especially because of what you said about James Martinez, that he is he's just so sweet and he's so sincere
and so innocent.
And it's like when he gets shot, you feel for him, but I really felt for God.
I did too. I did too.
Like, how in
I
the
did
world?
too. I had to keep myself from really feeling anything because I've got my thing for him. Yeah. It's there.
And
it's there. It's the way he looks at him, and also the way he talks about him to me. Mm-hmm. The way he explains.
He's my partner. He's
my partner. He's my boy.
My compañero. It's just so sweet.
I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Really?
Really? Oh, you really care about this boy? Oh.
Too bad.
Yeah. I'm really gonna hurt you.
You're my bitch.
This is really gonna hurt you.
I think Donalati is a man who knows that is killing someone is not necessarily the worst thing you can do to him.
Exactly.
I mentioned in the last podcast there was a moment in this episode where it's not what we intended, but it's so much better than what we intended.
What is that?
That's the moment where James Martinez's character Max gets killed. I always pictured that you'd be on him as he's begging for his life, or begging not for his life, begging for Gus's life.
For Gus's life.
And all of a sudden, Tia would come into frame and kill him. And instead, I don't think Johan, the wonderful director, even covered that moment. But the way he intended it and the way he cut it and the way we've kept it ever since, we never changed a frame of the way he cut that bit there.
Why, what is
that at the moment that Max's character dies, he's begging for his life, and in mid-sentence, you cut to Gus, and Gus is looking squarely at your character.
Squarely at me, yeah. I've got him.
Yeah, and all of a sudden you hear bam, and blood
hits him. That was done so. Yeah. It was done so well. It was just so crucial. Yeah, it was so crucial because he's really looking at me, and I'm watching him. Yeah. And he has no idea. He's literally looking at me like this, and you hear pop, and he goes. And it hits him like this, and he goes, like that.
It takes a moment. He's like, what just happened? And then he realizes.
Yeah, he starts shaking. Oh, my God. And the kid, the way he fell over was amazing, too.
Now, how much leeway did he have to do that, to shoot it that way?
How
much leeway would Johan, for instance, have to shoot it that way? 'Cause that seems like a pretty radically different way than...
He covered the other way.
He covered the other way and then also offered up this way.
And if you cover it the other way, then you don't even have to tell me.
Right.
But he also talked me through it before they ever got there. He said, I'm thinking of doing it this way. And I said, let me think about that. And then I thought about it. I was like, you know what? That is pretty damn good.
Yeah.
But I mean, the truth is, this is the old thing from the William Goldman novel about the William Goldman talking about writing All the President's Men, and he'd say to Alan Pakula, do you want it this way or do you want it that way? And Alan Pakula would say, don't rob me of any riches, meaning write it both ways.
Yeah, exactly.
Right,
so it's like I'm greedy for give it to me every which way.
Yeah, man.
But there's no time to give it to you every which way. So that's why we depend on these wonderful directors who have an eye. Yeah. Like Michelle here, who have a vision, and they give us this great stuff. So.
I guess we should wrap this up. Thank you, Stephen.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dean.
Thanks,
Vince. This was really fun.
Pleasure having you guys.
Guys.
Pleasure having you on this show.
Thank you so
People
much.
are going to shit when they see this.
I know.
So, thanks everybody for listening, and let's go break bad.
All right.